using, if you'd give me je me, you know, or il me, you know, je me, je m'y, je m'en. If you'd give me les, il les donne, he gives them, il les leur donne, il les leur aurait donne. You know, so if where possible here, try and pop in another pronoun, okay, when you're doing this for yourself, all right? Great, so in this case though, we're going to go straight to an adverb. So can you throw in for me, so at the moment we've got he understands them, okay? This could be a rien, this could be a jamais, this could be a pas, this could be a bien. Let's make it a mal. Mal is an interesting one, we've not done a lot of mal. So obviously some of these are going to be ne, alright? If you had ne and a rien, ne and a jamais, ne and a whatever. Plus, for example. Let's use plus actually, we've not used plus in a while. So basically, so he understands them, give me he doesn't understand them anymore.
He doesn't understand them anymore. Il les comprend plus.
There we go, there's proof we needed to do this. He doesn't understand them anymore, off you go.
Il les comprend plus.
Lovely. Il les comprend plus. Nice high up on the U. Il les comprend plus. He doesn't understand them anymore. His own kids, he doesn't understand them anymore. Il les comprend plus. Off you go.
Il les comprend plus. Il les comprend plus.
Lovely, okay. Good. He didn't understand them anymore.
Il les comprend.
No. So pause. So this is my clarity method. So my point is what? What is plus? It's an adverb. It's the kind of drop down. So your mind needs to go pattern. Right, plus. It's not been dropped in with the adverb, with the pronouns, is it? It's not been dropped in bits before verbs. What is it being dropped after? Verb number one. What is verb number one ultimately going to be? Either at the end of your whole sentence, yeah, il les comprend plus, or after your auxiliary. If we're going he understood, are we in an auxiliary tense?
Yes.
Brilliant. So that's the rhythm you've got to feel in French. Don't think, what's my English doing? You're going to go da 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 da, plus da da da. Okay? You know there's something else. So go again.
So you're saying he doesn't understand them anymore.
It's an odd sentence, to be honest with you, but it's just to get the word order in your mouth. Okay, so say go with jamais. Say he didn't understand them anymore. Okay, go with he didn't understand them anymore. Go.
Okay. Il est. Okay, so is this because if I'm like, okay, I understand them, that would be present tense, correct?
He didn't understand. He didn't understand. Sorry, or he never understood is obviously sticking it in the past. Yeah. So give me he didn't understand them anymore. No, he didn't understand. He never understood them. Go with he never understood them.
Okay. Il les a jamais compris.
Lovely. He didn't understand them anymore.
Il les a plus compris.
Make it neat.
Il les a plus compris.
Okay, lovely. Okay. He didn't understand them. Full stop. He didn't understand them in the past. So same thing, but with pas.
Yeah, il les a pas compris.
Lovely. Now, arguably, he didn't understand them. Can I make the point that any time you hear what I refer to as blah, blah, yeah, blah, blah, and I always say, what's the rule with blah, blah? Best thing you can learn in French is was, were, used to, goes to imperfect, have or has, goes to auxiliary past automatically. Blah, blah means, you know, single word past, I spoke, Richard ran, Luke shaved, whatever. Automatically, with that one, you go to, what do you go to if you hear a single worded past? What do you go to in French automatically? The three. Yeah, you know that rule, yeah? The only time you don't go to the three is if you're talking about after the word if, description, repetition, or like a mental process, like I needed, you know, right, fine. So notice, did instantly screws everybody up. But I'm like, did, for a start, in English, and I'm not saying we use English as the guide, but for a start in English, English uses did for the simple tenses without auxiliaries. Because if you've got did, it's basically asking a question, unless you're using the emphatic did, like I did post the letter, but even then, emphatically, it would still be used emphatically in this kind of tense. Did is used in tenses without an auxiliary. Think about that, as with all the D words. So, Ian has spoken. Has Ian spoken? He has spoken. Luke will shave at some point. Luke will shave. Will he shave? He will shave. Does, do, and did are used in tenses, either the present or the simple past in English, where we don't have any auxiliaries. Did Luke come is short for Luke came. Yeah. Does Ian agree is short for, Ian agree is the opposite for Ian agrees. So for a start, a lot of the time when you hear didn't, it's a bit of a clue that you are going into bum bum. Yeah, I mean, in fact, you definitely are going into bum bum. Didn't is the negative of bum bum. He spoke, he didn't speak. He went, he didn't go. Okay, so didn't, the minute you hear didn't, takes you into bum bum. But that still means that I need to do a video on this actually. This is quite useful, this didn't thing. But basically, didn't just pushes us into the negative of blah blah. But we're still in blah blah, which still means, well, we could arguably still be in a was. So I didn't understand when I was at school, the whole freaking time I was at school, I didn't understand shit about physics, okay? So basically, it could be je ne comprenais pas, as well as je n'ai pas compris, okay? So just because you're in a didn't, doesn't mean that you are necessarily going into the negative of this tense. It's your go-to, it's the reverse of bum bum, so by the way, go over there. Miriam didn't buy any flowers for her grandma. She sent like some cakes instead or something, Elle a pas acheté, she didn't buy. But it could be when she was a little girl, Miriam didn't buy cakes for her grandma, she used to make them. Yeah, so elle ne les achetait pas. That would be a repetition. So, but do you understand what I'm saying? Did is just basically pushing me into the bum bum in the negative, but I can then choose where I'm going. So just because of this exercise, all right then, so let's just say for me, he understood them as a 1, 2, 3. So give me he understood them as a 1, 2, 3.
Il les a compris.
Good. Give me
Il les a
compris. Clarity on the a. That's it. He didn't understand them.
Il les a. Oh my god. Il les a pas compris.
He never understood them.
Il les a jamais compris.
Good. He had understood them.
Il les avait compris.
He hadn't understood them.
Il les avait pas compris.
He had never understood them.
Il les avait jamais compris.
Clean it up.
Il les avait jamais compris.
Okay. He wouldn't have ever understood them. He wouldn't have ever understood them. Now, you basically, if you want a trick, is just basically imagine that the adverb isn't there. He would have understood them, would roll off your mouth like that. Well, il les aurait compris. Basically, you're doing that, but you're playing drop down of the adverb after the first verb. So off you go. He would never have understood them.
Il les aurait jamais compris.
That's it. He won't have understood them. That with pas. That with pas. Okay. No, sorry, apologies. He wouldn't have understood them. He wouldn't have understood them. So what you've just done with pas. Go. And again.
Compris.
Lovely. Il les aurait pas compris. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay. It's interesting that he doesn't understand them. It's interesting that he doesn't understand them.
C'est intéressant.
It's
no.
What?
I know. C'est intéressant.
Thank you.
C'est intéressant qu'ils comprennent pas.
No, look at me, 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 look at me. You may be doing... This is my point, being able to do things in one go. Bully for you. Well done, Ian. You've got a subjunctive. Who cares? You're not at that point in the sentence yet. You're dividing your mind between pronoun section, possibly an auxiliary section if necessary, verb section, and then at any given point you might splice that verb or verbs up with a pronoun, with an adverb if happening. So this is the point I'm making. This is what I'm saying. Rather than going, right, he to me would have whatever. Like I always say, it's not shoes and socks off, left foot red, right foot green, that twister game. We're not doing that kind of thing. Okay, you're just feeling the pattern. So one of the benefits of saying all these slowly is that you notice that il est hasn't gone anywhere. Apart from il va les comprendre. Yeah, okay? So go back to, say for me, he's going to understand them. Again, now make it, he's not going to understand them.
Il va pas les comprendre.
Lovely, so arguably there, the adverb is going to go on the other side because it needs to deal with verb number 1. Okay, great. Okay, it's interesting he understood them. It's interesting he didn't understand them. It's interesting he didn't understand them. Yeah?
C'est intéressant qu'il les ait pas compris.
Good, well done, go again.
C'est intéressant qu'il les ait pas compris.
Brilliant. Excellent. All right. So for my mind, then, I'm now going to give you a few randoms on this, okay? And so this would really be, like, say for me, we speak.
On se parle.
Use nous just for the record. Say we speak.
Okay, nous parlons.
We speak to them.
Nous les parlons.
We speak to them.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Okay, nous leur parlons.
Lovely. Nous leur parlons. So what else can you do? Physically rather than mentally, the more you go into the down or the up in your voice, the more your voice will get used to, this is the route I've just been, or the route, this is the, this is the journey I've just been on for this tense. Yeah, the more you crack this up and down crap, the more that's going to become easier. So say for me, we speak to them.
Nous leur parlons.
Nous leur parlons. We speak to them about it.
Nous leur en parlons.
We don't speak to them about it.
Nous leur en parlons pas.
Good, because it just drops down after the pas. We didn't speak to them about it. Drop down after the first verb. We didn't speak to them about it. Go.
Nous leur en...
Don't look away, don't cough. Don't create yourself time. That's my point. Go again. So basically, what's my cluster of adverbs? What's my cluster of pronouns? Nous leur en. We're not changing that. Go. We didn't speak to them about it.
Okay. Nous leur en avons pas parlé.
Good boy. Go again.
Nous leur en avons pas parlé.
Great. Okay. So now you so you need to have said that. You need to have bounced off the en into the avant. Great. It's interesting that we haven't spoken to them about it. Yeah? Wow, that's a bit odd. We should have told them. It's interesting that we haven't spoken to them about it. Go.
Cette intrusion qui...
No, where's the key coming from?
I can immediately go into Kiel for some reason.
It's interesting that we haven't spoken to them about it. Go.
C'est intéressant que nous leur en ayons pas parlé.
Lovely. And what happened there, it could be a little bit more in that direction. Well done, Ian. Good lad. What happened there was that you divided the sentence. You were like, here's my pronoun, little bitches. Here's my kind of auxiliary phase. Here's my other stuff. Okay? Okay. We hadn't spoken to them about it. We hadn't spoken to them about it. No subjunctive, but we hadn't spoken to them about it. Divide it up, go.
Nous leur en avions pas parlé.
Lovely. Don't ask me. Tell me.
Yeah, that's right.
Take the questioning tone of voice out your voice. Say it again.
Nous leur en avions pas parlé.
Good. Keep the same rhythm. We wouldn't have spoken to them about it, even if they'd asked. We wouldn't have spoken to them about it.
Nous leur en avions pas.
Wouldn't.
Aurions pas parlé.
Go again then.
Nous leur en aurions pas parlé.
Lovely. Instantly change that for me to an on instead of a nous. We wouldn't have spoken to them about it using en instead of nous. Off you go.
On leur en aurions...
No.
Yeah, no.
Pronouns. Deal with your pronoun bag and the rest will drop in. On. Go on. We to them about it. Go.
Wouldn't have, right?
Yeah.
Okay. On leur en aurait pas parlé.
Good job. Okay. So basically, can you acknowledge the benefit of working your way through all of these? Yeah? Okay. So find one. Pick a person. Pick an adverb. So do it where you build up, and you literally do all of them every time. Not forgetting subjunctives. Then pick yourself a cluster. Work out a big badass sentence in the present tense. If you need to add one every time just in the present tense, then basically go, right, I'm clinging to that. I'm clinging to the same adverb. Yeah, okay. So I definitely gave them to them. So je les leur ai bien donné. Je les leur ai bien donné. Okay. I would have definitely given them. Je les leur ai bien donné. Okay. It might be something you don't say very often. All right. Good. Right. 1 second.